Let me give you a quick introduction about him. So, Love Zohar is a seasoned governance, risk, and compliance professional and certified ISO lead implementer with over a decade of experience in cybersecurity and information security training. As the founder of Cyber GRC, he has delivered 10,000 plus hours of training to 20,000 plus professionals across 15 plus country, empowering global teams to implement and audit ISO 27001, ISO 22301, ISO 27701, and ISO 42001 framework. Loves practical hands-on teaching style, bridge technical depth with real-world application, making complex GRC concept simple and actionable. He holds multiple certification including ISO 27001 and 42001 lead implementer, CompTIA Security Plus, ITIL V4, CCNA, and Prince 2 practitioner.
Welcome to today's podcast where we dive into two of the most powerful forces reshaping the future of governance, risk, and compliance. ISO 20, ISO 42001 and third party risk management. As AI adoption explodes and the organization rely more than ever on external vendors, the demand for professionals who understand AI governance and risk vendors oversight the skyrocketing. Whether you are starting your GRC journey or aiming to accelerate your career, this episode will show you why mastering ISO 42001 and TPRM can put you to the top of the industry in next 12 months. So before starting to this episode, I would like to share some of the upcoming courses that can help you. The first course is ISO 42001 AIMS, that is Practical Job Ready Hands On Program. And this course is starting from 17th of December. And this will be weekend batch course. So it will run on Saturday and Sunday only. Timings will be 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. This will be live, hands on, and will help you to upgrade your knowledge in this ISO 42001. The next question that we have, the next batch that we have is DPTP Act 2023 batch. This includes all the new rules and all the regulation norms and everything that we have. This batch is starting from 8th of December, and this is weekly batch that will run on Monday to Friday. Timing for this batch is 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Anybody who feels like joining this batch can feel free to can take screenshot of this if they need, and contact on the given number. Okay, so we can start the podcast. My first question is, what makes ISO 42001 so important in today's GRC landscape?
For 2001 is the first AI management standard in the world, actually. So this standard is basically designed to bring governance on the AI. Okay, how to do risk management on the AI, how to do impact assessment on the AI,
Hmm.
how to have responsible AI, what are the parameters for responsible AI, for example, having fairness, transparency, accountability. All these things are basically discussed in this particular standard only. Okay, so as you know, Vidya, companies are now rushing to
Yeah.
adopt AI. Okay, everybody wants AI now, but every
Yes.
organization, they lack the structure, they lack the governance, they lack the methods how to control this AI,
Hmm.
how to make sure that they are able to do the impact assessment, risk assessment properly. So all these things are basically
Hmm.
where ISO 42001 now bridges the gap, actually. Okay, so ISO 42001 fills this gap by providing you a structured approach, by providing you a proper risk-based, life cycle-oriented, compliance-ready framework for GRC professionals. And this opens an entirely new career stream. Okay, AI governance officer, AI auditor, AI risk manager, AI policy specialist. All these are new titles which this particular standard is providing now in the industry.
How does ISO 42001 relate to traditional standards like ISO 27001 and 27701?
Yeah, so it's a good question actually. Initially, we had data security, information security in 27001. Then it came privacy
Yeah.
in 27701,
Mhm.
and now this is the third pillar. Okay, you can call it all three as digital trust trinity. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So this is now the third pillar. Okay, now when an organization builds AI, they consume AI. They basically integrate AI tools. Okay, so they basically can't rely on the previous
Mhm.
controls for privacy and ISO 27001. Now they need new controls. Okay, that is where ISO 42001 covers the AI model controls like fairness, having transparency, having human oversight, having explainability, having proper data provenance, like we discussed in one of the sessions, also having data lineage, having proper validation on the AI models, monitoring, decommissioning. So all these which are not a part of the initial standards 27001 and 27701. So basically this is the third pillar in the whole whole series of events. That is how it is related to the previous two actually.
Okay. Mhm. Why is TPRM becoming non-negotiable for organizations today?
This is a very good question. TPRM is now non-negotiable for any organization. Okay, see, 95% of the companies today, I mean, more than
Mm.
95, they are actually dependent on the third parties. You take any company, they are using cloud service provider, they are using SaaS tools, they are using AI APIs, they are basically using marketing tools, they are using payment gateways. Everywhere they're surrounded by third parties. They are using payroll vendors, they are using security vendors, they are using HR vendors. Okay, so many vendors that they have. So now each of these third party will introduce a risk, right? It could be a security risk, it
Yeah.
could be a privacy risk, it could be operational issue, it could be a AI related issue, it could be a compliance related issue. And you know that even a small single issue from a vendor can trigger a massive data breach. Okay, so that is why
Yes.
TPRM is now demanding a very strong vendor oversight. You need to have a very strong TPRM process in place. And this makes TPRM one of the fastest growing GRC carriers globally. It's huge in demand in Europe and it's coming in demand in Asia also now. It has started.
So anyone who want to learn TPRM in more, updated way or upgraded,
Sorry, Vijay, I missed that part.
uh, okay, I was just saying that if anybody who wants to learn TPRM in India, what you would suggest?
Anybody who wants to learn TPRM in India, they can join the upcoming batches from Cyber GRC. We will be basically covering complete life cycle of TPRM end to end, and everything that we will tell you is practical, hands on. You will be basically creating the TPRM policy from the beginning until the end of the vendor, and even after retirement of the vendor you will be doing a risk assessment on that also. What are the lessons learned from that particular vendor? So we start from the beginning till the end. We cover the whole gamut of things in the TPRM life cycle. So we do it practically. Everything that we do is hands on. So definitely, if anybody wants to get their hands dirty in the TPRM process, feel free to join us in the next TPRM batch.
We'll be covering in further questions like case studies and everything, like how we
Yes,
can,
yes.
relate that. Yeah.
Yes, yes. There will be proper case studies. There will be proper business scenarios. There will be proper areas where you will be actually working as a third party risk analyst. Yes.
Okay. My next question is, how do ISO 42001 and TPRM intersects?
So, first of all, both of them are new, Vidya. ISO for 2001 is also new,
Hmm.
and TPRM itself is now evolving. Okay.
Okay.
Now, with the introduction of AI now, AI related risks are also coming, and most of the organizations are treating AI as a third party only. Okay, they are not actually creating the AI models. They are
Yeah.
actually getting it from somebody else. So now you have AI provider related issues, AI supplier related issues. Now you have AI lifecycle related issues, whether the AI has been created properly or not. Then basically, because all
Okay.
this is actually increasing the load on the third party risk management, because earlier AI vendors were not there, and with the introduction of AI vendors now in the field, now AI vendor risk management is again becoming a very big challenge. And that is why in our TPRM course we cover AI risk management also, so that people
Okay.
understand how to do risk assessment for a AI vendor, which is altogether a different thing now, which was not there before. So this is where TPRM now intersects with the AI.
Okay. Interesting. I think I will join that batch someday.
Yeah, most welcome.
Okay. My next question is, what are the career opportunities created by ISO 42001?
So these are some of the career opportunities, Vidya, that I have collected for ISO 42001. If you see on the screen, so anybody who is actually aspiring to go for ISO 42001, these are your career benefits. Okay, basically you can have good roles in terms of AI governance. It will give you a good growth there, and basically you will be able to work with the new AI risk skills. Like I already said, AI is new, so risk related to AI is also new, and definitely it will be increasing your earning potential, because AI itself is a very premium domain. Like not everybody understands AI. It itself is something which is very difficult to grasp actually. Okay, and of course it will help you to have a strong and good career stability as well. And basically, since the market is new for the AI, it will immediately act as a differentiation for your profile. Okay, so if you are going for a AI role, definitely it will become helpful. Okay, and it can prove to the interviewer or to the hiring manager that you are basically aware about AI related risk, and you are able to actually help the organization in order to create a responsible AI. Okay, and definitely these are some of the benefits that you see on the screen, right? And yeah, so definitely these are some of the benefits if you actually do the course. When you actually do it hands on, like I say, you will get to know a lot of other things also, which are beyond these also. But yeah, so for anybody who is thinking of joining a for 2001 course, these are the immediate benefits that you will get.
Anybody have any question? They can feel free to ask question related, whether it's related to their career or related to this topic. This will help our understanding that what we can bring to you next. And okay, can we move on to the next question?
Sure, sure, Vidya.
Okay, so next question is, what career opportunities does TPRM open for GRC professionals?
So similarly, what we had for TPRM, yeah, ISO for 2001, this one is for TPRM now.
Yeah.
Okay, so anybody who is looking for a TPRM expertise, these are your quick wins that you get in the market right now. Okay, so basically it will be a good career accelerator. Like you already know, TPRM now is being utilized by a lot of companies, and definitely you
Yeah.
will stand out as a professional who has TPRM skills, who knows how to do vendor risk management, who knows how to do a third party risk management. So consulting opportunities are also there nowadays. Many companies are hiring TPRM consulting roles as well, so you can do a consulting role as well. So all these are benefits of having a third party risk management expertise in today's world. And definitely, if somebody is looking at a long term career from a GRC perspective, so TPRM will ensure you a long term relevance in the market, because vendors will keep on growing. There will be no stage where a company will be able to do everything on their own. Every organization will
Mm.
need vendor, and definitely the reliance on the vendors will increase over the time. So this is where benefits of for TPRM, I would suggest for anybody who is watching. These are the career options. These are the demand for TPRM as on date in the market.
Okay. Why should early career GRC professional learn ISO 42001 plus TPRM together?
This is a unique question. Why do they actually have to learn both of them together? Huh? So
Yeah.
because future is basically AI driven. That is the first reason, Vidya. Because AI is coming now. So without understanding of
Yes.
ISO for 2001, how will you govern the AI? It's not possible, right? And
Mm.
like we already saw, no company can survive without a vendor ecosystem. So understanding the vendor ecosystem,
Mm.
understanding the supply chain issues, understanding the risk issues with the third parties is also equally important. If you don't control risk over your vendors, your partners, your third party service providers, how can you secure your organization? So basically they both create a complete GRC profile which is relevant for the next 5 years at least. And that will definitely make people more employable, future ready, and aligned with the global regulations also, like EU AI Act, which is coming up. And also, it will
Mm.
enable people to work in different industries because whenever you go to any
Okay.
industry, these things will remain the same. AI will be there, third party vendors will be there. So people can easily switch jobs also this way. So definitely, it's a good opportunity for anybody to do both together.
Okay. Uh, my next question is, how do ISO 42001 and TPRM help organization to meet global regulatory expectations?
So, like I mentioned about EUI Act, okay. So, EUI Act basically gives you a complete compliance related to what is a responsible AI, how can you ensure about a responsible AI, how do you have to follow a life cycle based approach towards AI. All these things are there
Mm.
in the EUI Act, right? That is a global regulatory framework, okay, EUI Act. And it also provides you what are the obligations from a third party service provider for when you study the EUI Act, right? So TPRM is also there covered. Similarly, if you go for DPDP Act, DPDP Act also requires a strict oversight on the third party vendors. That is where now
Mm.
TPRM comes into play, okay? And similarly, if you go for
Okay.
GDPR as well, they actually demand all the processors to actually have transparency and purpose limitation on why they are processing the personal data, what are the reasons for the processing and all that. So that is where basically you, in order to have a structured compliance and in order to be ready for these regulatory audits, you need to have the understanding about these two.
Okay. How can professional practically start learning ISO 42001 and TPRM?
So basically, what we do in the courses actually, we start with the basics actually. We make them understand what is machine learning, what is deep networks, what is neural network, what is the difference between machine learning and AI, what is the difference between a normal software and a AI developed model. All these things we cover in the sessions with. Yeah, we start from the basics, very basics we start from. And then people who don't have any idea about AI also, they also join the course. Then they have so many questions. So initially 10 to 15 hours, up to 20 hours also in some scenarios, we cover the foundational knowledge about AI. Because
Mm.
see, if you don't know how the AI is created, if you don't know how it is developed, if you don't know how exactly do you have a responsible AI, on what parameters does it depend upon, how will you govern the AI? It's not possible, right? So this is where people can
Oh.
learn practically. This is where they can understand the real issues, and this is what we actually train people on in the sessions. And then we give them scenarios, live scenarios, where we ask them to find out now issues, impact analysis, and all that. We perform hands on. Okay. Similarly, for TPRM also, everything we start from the life cycle approach itself. Okay, how the vendor is actually introduced in an environment. First of all, why an organization needs a vendor. We start from those stages. That's how it goes.
Sure. My final question is, why is now the best time to build a GRC career in ISO 42001 plus TPRM?
Because the regulations are increasing, because the laws are increasing now. We have a law on AI now. we have laws which are asking us to actually start governing our third party vendors also now, because the governments are looking at it now.
Mm.
So now it has become a compliance. If you now don't take it seriously, it will become a very big issue
Yeah.
very soon. So that is why whoever who is watching this podcast, make sure that you have at least some knowledge about how AI is governed, how third party is covered actually.
Mm.
Otherwise, tomorrow when things may go south, and you would not be able to understand these critical aspects of a business, I think people can run into a lot of huge penalties that are coming up definitely. So yes, that is the reason. Now we
And
have
I
to start
feel
doing it.
this
Yeah,
and I feel this is open to all. This knowledge, everyone should have this knowledge about AI and what is happening ahead, what will happen in future.
definitely. It's a thing which everyone should understand. Yes, because AI is
Yeah,
the
one
future.
should.
No matter how
Yeah,
much we say no to that, AI definitely is the future.
one should know how they can anticipate about AI, right?
Yes, 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 definitely.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you all for tuning in this podcast. As we have seen, ISO 42001 and TPRM are no longer optional. They are becoming the core pillar of modern GRC career. Organization want professional who can manage AI responsibility and control their risk that come with their, expanding vendor ecosystem. And if you invest in these skills now, you're positioning yourself at the front of the massive global demand curve. So stay curious, stay committed, and keep building your exercise. Until next time, keep learning, keep bleeding. Thank you.
Thank you, Vidya.